Hello everyone, welcome back to English Podcast Home. Today, Sarah and I are going to talk about something very important for English learners: how to speak English confidently. Many people understand English, but they feel nervous when they try to speak. Sarah, do you think confidence is a big problem for learners?
Yes, absolutely, Adam. I think many learners are afraid of making mistakes. They worry too much about grammar or pronunciation, and because of that, they stop speaking completely.
That's very true. I always tell learners that confidence is more important than perfect English. If you wait until your English becomes perfect, you may never start speaking. The best way to improve is to speak more and practice every day.
I agree. When I first started learning English, I was very shy. Even simple conversations made me nervous. I was always thinking, what if I say something wrong?
That happens to many learners. But mistakes are a normal part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes. The important thing is communication, not perfection.
Yes, and I noticed something interesting. When people speak confidently, even with small mistakes, others can still understand them easily.
Exactly. Confidence changes the way you speak. For example, imagine two learners. One person speaks perfect grammar, but very quietly and nervously. Another person makes small mistakes, but speaks clearly and confidently. Usually, the confident speaker communicates better.
That makes sense. I think confidence also helps pronunciation because relaxed people speak more naturally.
Very good point, Sarah. When learners feel stressed, they speak too fast or too slowly. Sometimes they forget simple words because they are nervous.
Adam, why do you think learners overthink so much while speaking English?
I think many learners are afraid of being judged. They believe everyone is listening to their mistakes. But in reality, most people only care about understanding the conversation.
That's true. And honestly, when someone tries to speak English, people usually respect their effort.
Absolutely. Speaking another language is not easy. It takes courage and practice. That's why learners should feel proud when they try to speak English.
I like that advice. So, Adam, what is the first step to becoming more confident?
The first step is simple. Stop being afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are teachers. Every mistake helps you learn something new.
I remember one time I said a completely wrong word during a conversation, and everyone laughed. I felt embarrassed at first, but later I learned the correct word and never forgot it again.
That's actually a great learning experience. Funny mistakes often become powerful memories. They help you improve faster.
Another problem is that learners compare themselves to fluent speakers online. That can make them lose confidence.
Yes, comparison is dangerous. Every learner has a different journey. Some people learn faster, some slower. The important thing is consistent practice.
So instead of trying to sound perfect, learners should focus on speaking clearly and naturally.
Exactly. Simple English spoken confidently is much better than difficult English spoken with fear. Why do so many English learners understand English but still feel afraid to speak?
I think many people are afraid of making mistakes. They worry too much about grammar and pronunciation.
Yes, that's very common. Many learners think their English must be perfect before they start speaking.
I used to feel the same way. When someone asked me a question in English, I became nervous and forgot simple words.
That happens because of fear and overthinking. Speaking English should feel natural, not stressful.
I also think learners are afraid of being judged by other people.
Absolutely. But the truth is, most people respect someone who is trying to learn another language.
That's true. Even if your English is not perfect, people usually appreciate your effort.
Exactly. Practice is more important than perfection. Confidence grows when you use English every day.
I remember one funny mistake I made at a restaurant. I wanted to say chicken, but I accidentally said kitchen.
That's actually a great learning moment. Funny mistakes help us remember words better.
Yes, now I never forget the word chicken.
That's why learners should not fear mistakes. Mistakes are part of the learning process.
Adam, what are some simple ways to sound more confident in English?
First, use easy words. Many learners try to use difficult vocabulary to sound smart.
But simple English can sound very natural and confident.
Exactly. Short and clear sentences are powerful. For example, I enjoy learning English, or I want to improve my speaking.
Smiling while talking also helps a lot.
Very true. Good body language and eye contact can make you sound more confident immediately.
Some learners also speak too fast because they feel nervous.
Yes, and speaking slowly is actually better. Slow and clear English is easier to understand.
Let me practice a confident sentence. Hello, my name is Sarah. I enjoy speaking English with new people.
Very nice, Sarah. That sounded clear and natural.
Thank you. Positive corrections really help learners feel comfortable.
Absolutely. Confidence improves step by step with practice.
Adam, how can learners stop translating every sentence in their minds?
A good way is to start thinking in English during daily activities. For example, when you drink water, think, I'm drinking water.
Or when you go outside, you can say, the weather is nice today.
Exactly. Small daily thoughts in English help your brain become faster and more comfortable.
Excellent. That's a perfect way to practice thinking in English naturally. I think this method helps learners speak more fluently over time.
Definitely. The more you think in English, the less you depend on translation. Great idea. Sarah, introduce yourself confidently.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah. I enjoy reading books, learning English, and meeting new people. I want to become a fluent English speaker in the future.
Wonderful job. You sounded confident and friendly.
Thank you, Adam. I feel more comfortable speaking English now.
And that's the key. Confidence grows with practice. Don't be afraid to speak, even if you make mistakes.
Every small conversation is a chance to improve.
Exactly. Stay positive, practice every day, and enjoy the learning journey. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of English Podcast Home.
We hope this conversation helps you speak English with more confidence every day.
Remember, don't be afraid of mistakes. Practice a little every day and enjoy the learning process.
Keep speaking, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself.
See you in the next episode.